All right, guys, here we are, PSG. This is a do or die game. It's win or go home. Although we are already at home, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. We have to win. We have to win. I know you can do it. We beat them last season, and we're a better team this year. Now, let's get out there and practice defending corners. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It's Season 12, Episode 10, and today the impossible dream could become just that. We have the second leg of our Champions League first knockout round against PSG, and well, we have to win. We're 2-1 down after the first leg, where we weren't brilliant, but we weren't terrible, I don't think. It just didn't really show up, so to only lose 2-1 is maybe a positive there, but we've got to get the job done at home, or else that's it. Champions League is done, and we start wishing about what could have been, I suppose. We've also got an FA Cup, a Scottish FA Cup, a Scottish Cup tie against Annan Athletic as well, which is, I completely forgot, an absolute derby, because Dumfries and Annan, not very far away from each other in those Scottish borders, just north of England. So, yeah, that's going to be a good one as well. But we have some games to catch you up on first. We have no new injuries, which is a massive bonus coming into this one. But we do have two games to catch you up on. First in the league against Celtic. Bucchiano gave us an early lead. Alvarez played in Ali Spence to make it 2-0 at half-time, before Spence turned provider for Makreyev to seal the points. So this was a very, very good performance from us. They really never really threatened us at all. You can see from the XG tracker there, nothing really to write home about. Ali Spence had a good game against his former team, of course. Everybody played well, which is always a good place to be. The other game to catch you up on was again in the league against a team we've had trouble with more than one time. That was Motherwell. Ep10 crossed for Spence to put us in front early in the second half. Ball picked out Spence to double our lead. Before Spence completed his hat-trick. So all the goals came in the second half. The first half very much had a feel of a game that, a Motherwell game that we go and lose 1-0 or something. But second half, we started to take our chances. Spence, he got to turn up front of goal, didn't he? Two really well-taken goals and then a penalty as well. And, so in the end, a very comfortable 3-0 win, but it didn't feel that way at half-time, I've got to say. Now, let's have a look and see what that means for the table. And as we can see, it is just a matter of time until we wrap up this title. We are yet to lose a game, so we could potentially be invincible. Though now I've said that out loud, almost certainly won't happen. And we are, almost 20 points clear of Rangers. It's inevitable at this point. It's just a matter of time. But we turn our attention to European and Cup football. Annan Athletic at home. We should beat them. That's a League One team. We'll get to that in just a second. And then, as we've seen already, the Champions League first knockout round, second leg. Inter have knocked out Manchester City, which is maybe a surprise. But outside of that, Liverpool and Chelsea, who have been the dominant forces, they are still there. And Juventus, who I keep forgetting are the defending champions, they are there as well with a chance to go through against Man United. And Real Madrid, of course, who was in our group, they got pretty easily pushed aside by Liverpool. So that just shows, they're that much further ahead of Liverpool and Chelsea. Anyway, let's get this cup tie out of the way. Let's see what we're doing here. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 against League One Annan. And this is the team we're sending out. Elshot in goal. It's Muros, Adu, Toro, and Amoruso as the back four, though we very much want Toro as a ball-playing centre-back, and we probably just want them both on defend. Mashagi and Alvarez in midfield, Bol, Dogan, Arkvik as the middle three, in behind Johnny Angus, who goes up top. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. I don't recognise any sort of former players in their lineup, but you would maybe expect that League One. What do you want to say to this? Go put on a worthy display. I think let's just go with that. I'm thinking something like that might be the team talk for Paris as well. We'll see what options we have when we get there. And here we go. Local derby. And, it looks like it's a sellout as well. And a potential banana skin, of course, as well. I think if this was at Annan's grounds, being a local derby, away from home, it would definitely have, especially with, massive European tie to come, that would have all the signs. Dogan has picked up a knock. So we've got the youngster Johnston, so I guess we'll stick him at the number 10 role, which should be fine. Yeah, that would have much more of a feel about a game that could potentially go wrong. Thomas Boll, never mind anything going wrong. He has smashed one in. And actually, Thomas Boll could have gone and played it in the number 10 role, but we'll stick the youngster on there and should get the job done. But a perfect start for us that will hopefully settle the nerves. I am using this a little bit as a game to get some match fitness into players that maybe haven't been first choice. So the likes of Johnny Angus, Thomas Boll, Toro obviously as well. So yeah, that is that. You know, I am using it for that as well. But it shouldn't matter, really. It shouldn't. It just shouldn't matter. These guys should be more than good enough to beat a League One team. Even if they are a little bit short of match sharpness. Toro has been playing a little bit more in friendlies for the under 18s, under 21s, just to get his sort of match sharpness back up. Because he was a bit of a disaster when we brought him on after his broken leg, so we needed to get him a little bit up to speed. So hopefully we've seen that there. Alvarez tracking back brilliantly. And yeah, I mean, I am so nervous about this Paris game. Good ball in for Johnny Angus. Johnny Angus takes his time, and I thought he put it wide, but he doesn't. He does find the back of the net. It's a 9th of the season for Johnny Angus, and we'll just praise them. Nice little ball from Arkvik as well. He did well in the build-up to that. I'm thinking, yeah, not the best defending, to be fair, though, was it? And the goalkeeper, possibly a little bit more assertive, might have been able to get out and make a save as well. But he's a League One goalkeeper. We can't have too many high expectations of him. Yeah, I'm thinking with Arkvik, I don't think I'm going to play him against PSG, but I think I'm going to play Stankic. I think I'm going to play Daniel Walker out there, who's done really well. And so I think I'm going to reward him for that and let him start the Paris game. And then we'll have Arkvik on the bench. And whether we have Stankic on the bench as well or not, I guess I'll have to... We'll see what happens when we get that far. Oh, nice ball. And to the back post. It's offside. Oh, that's unlucky. To be fair, it looked like 3 or 4 times there could have been a play offside. Is it Arkvik here? Yeah, that's the... yeah, because Boll's offside as well. Is he? I think maybe he's behind the ball. But it was almost well worked, wasn't it? And we come back again. We'll start and take nominations for your player of the season. Obviously, if Paris doesn't go to plan, there's a nice ball through for Thomas Boll, and it's a good save from their goalkeeper. Pulled back, and Angus is there. He doesn't make a mistake. And he has his second, a 10th of the season, and there we go. So yeah, we'll start taking nominations for Viewers Player of the Year, so that if Paris doesn't go to plan, the season's going to wrap up pretty quickly. So we'll need to... yeah, we'll need to get the nominees list ready. We do need to start thinking about our team of the series as well. I have been sort of thinking about it recently. Obviously, we're coming towards the end with FM23 just around the corner. So, yeah, if you want to let me know who you think would be, maybe not a definitive 11 of yours, but just, you know, some suggestions, some players from, you know, back in the day. The way I usually try and do it is sort of their importance at the time. So, for example, someone like Shakir Omar, for example, would not get a look in this team now. But at the time, Shakir Omar was just an absolute god for us, wasn't he? So, you know, even if you go back... Oh, what a strike from Alvarez! Even if you go back as far as Ali Roy, you know, he almost single-handedly got us promoted. So... You know, the sort of players like that, not necessarily the best attribute-wise. It's the way I do it. You can do it however you want. You know, it's your 11. It's a good finish, isn't it? Just bending in. But yeah, that's usually the way that I do it. Because otherwise it would just be, especially in something like the Impossible Dream, it would just be the team that we have now. Because we obviously build up and get better and better with each season. But yeah, I mean, even you go back, you forget we had Carlos Tevez back in the day, which sounds ridiculous to say now, but he was brilliant at the time as well. So, yeah, I'd just be curious, you know, as much as anything, to see what, you know, who you guys would say is to be considered anyway. What I usually do is I go back through the best 11th of each year as well, so I don't forget any names. So. But yeah, that would just that's something else that we'll start and have a look at here. So don't let performance levels drop. We do have some youngsters, and given that this is essentially done. Let's get on Akesian to play left out there, and let's get on Turpey to play over there in place of Arkvik, and that will be of course our subs done then. But it is good, even if the series is coming to an end. I still want to try and give our youngsters some game time. If you are new and you haven't seen one of my series before, what we'll do at the end, once we've sort of come to the end of our run, I'll sim ahead 10 seasons so we can see what becomes of the team. I have a horrible feeling that the first transfer window, so I guess it's this coming summer in game, there is going to be an absolute fire sale. And, almost went Donny Angus. And, I mean, it could go one of two ways. If whoever comes in to replace us signs well, then they could, well, they'll stay and they'll build, and they could, well, run Scottish football. Because, I mean, you could get, what, £500 million for this team if you sold them off, at least. There's a part of me that thinks maybe I should just do one more season and just sell off anybody that's sort of almost like European squad players. So, sort of Adu and Toro, like, would be considered European players, and just sell them all off, see how much we can get, and then just sort of rebuild with that. But, that's a wonderfully worked goal. Johnny Angus with the hat-trick. And that is just too good for a League One side, unfortunately, for them. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think what's going to happen is whoever replaces us, and it'll be interesting to see who replaces us as much as anything. But yeah, I think whoever comes in will most likely just oversee a fire sale, and the club will be absolutely flushed with cash, and then it will just be a matter of who they sign and go from there. But we'll obviously be able to have a look and see how this team, if players do leave, what they go on to achieve. I think this team's going to go on and achieve a lot after this season. It's just a matter of whether the individual players, I guess I should say the players from this team will go on and achieve a lot. It's just whether they achieve it with Queen of the South. And I mean, that's the wonderful thing is we don't know what's going to happen. You'd like to think that one or two of the stars would like to stay, spend their careers here. I guess, again, we won't really know. Akesian played in behind. He's got Thomas Boll. Akesian could not have made it any easier for him. And it's 6-0. And save some goals for Paris, boys. Of course, we're going to need them. But really, really good run forward. Just good interplay, wasn't it? Turpey dropping back in, Akesian pushing on, and then he just pulls that ball across. And yeah, I mean, Thomas Boll couldn't really miss, could he? And that is wonderful, wonderful stuff. I've made all my subs, haven't I? Yeah, no other subs we can make. In terms of playing time, Mihai, Divev, and Bukiano are happy with playing time again. So that's good. Euros as Mashagi goes down. Thomas Boll to take the penalty. This will be for a hat-trick for him as well, I think, won't it? Thomas Boll, 7th heaven. And we've got two guys with hat-tricks. A 16th of the season for old Tommy Boll. What was I saying? Can't even remember now. What was I saying? Is it a hat-trick? Yeah, it is a hat-trick for Boll, and he still had one ruled out as well. I think I was going to say something about Ali Spence. I think he has 40 goals for the season now. Not all of them in the league, of course. But the club record in the league is 37, so he needs to get to 38. So that's something else that's a little bit of interest towards the end of the year. See if he can break that record that has stood for over 100 years at the club. But that's a 7-0 win. It's a shame for Annan that it ends like that, their run. They've done brilliantly to get to the quarterfinals. But we'll say don't get complacent, because the next one is kind of a bigger game. Oh, and we've had an upset. Livingston have beaten Rangers. Now, Rangers' form has dropped away recently, to the point where Celtic might even be able to get them for second in the league. But that was as comfortable as you like. 3 to 4 days for Dogan. Now, that's possibly going to rule him out of the Paris game, which is coming up in midweek. That'll be touch and go. And I don't know that we want to risk someone. Maybe we could stick him on the bench. We'll see how he comes up anyway. Anyway, guys, this is it. The date with Destiny against PSG. fingers crossed and see how we go. Okay, welcome back. Here we go. Now, hopefully this is not an omen. Our kids have lost to Paris Saint-Germain's kids 2-1 in the Youth Champions League quarter-final. So they're out, which is disappointing. But, you know, obviously Paris, I'm sure, has a very good youth team. So we need the seniors to avenge them. And we are 2-1 down as well. So let's go and have a look and see what we're expecting here. It is a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And this is the team we are sending out. It's Bursic in goal, Rojas, Bukiano, Divev, and Ep10 as the back four, Rojfeld and Mihai in midfield, Makraev, Torres, and Walker. Spence goes up top. You'll see there's a few players here that are booking away from a suspension. The main thing is that we're in a position where they have a game to miss, I think. The bench is El Shot, Emaruso, Muros, Almarez, Bol, Arkvik, and Stankic. And, well, let's hope we can turn this around. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Alfie Devine is playing for them. Now, I don't remember Alfie Devine being that good. Was he? Maybe I'm wrong. But there's a lot of other familiar names there. Giving it, let's put on a worthy display. All right, that's putting a little bit of pressure on us. But let's put on a worthy display. That's the least we can do, surely. All right, so hopefully not for the final time. Champions League football at Palmerston Park. I am so nervous. I am so nervous. Yeah, I mean, I just hope we play well. We at least, you know, create chances. Everything we didn't do in the first leg. Since then, we have done work defending corners. We've done work on chance conversion as well, just to try and make sure that we take any chances that we create. Now, let's hope some of the work we've done on defending set pieces. Oh my God, what a miss! Hakimi has just missed an open goal. Well, is that just maybe a sign that it might be our day? All right, one thing we might do, I was tossing up whether we should do the higher tempo or not anyway, so we might just back that off, given that we haven't come out particularly quickly from the gates. Makraev, can we get it to the back post? It's headed away. Torres should pick that up. Ep10 is with him as well. And we've got plenty of blue shirts in a little bit of space there, so we can build from the back and go. A little bit of a tight space there, but we've still got possession. Bukiano. He comes forward. We've got Ep10 out there if we want to look to use him. We go all the way back to Bursic instead. It's becoming a long old highlight. There's the ball forward to nobody, really. Torres is there, though, to pick up the loose ball. Ep10 gets it forward for Spence. Ali Spence is in. Ali Spence! Ali Spence! Ali Spence has tied it up. It's 2-2 on aggregate. It's 1-0 on the night. Ali Spence has his 41st, something. He's got a lot of goals this year. And it is 1-0. We've tied it up on aggregate. Now, of course, no away goals, so it doesn't mean that we're potentially through. I can't even talk. Spence just did a bit too much there for Ruben Diaz, didn't he? And it is 1-0. Excellent, excellent work. We'll praise them. Now they're all complacent. And can we go and take a lead here? And you come back to that Hakimi miss. How important is that going to be? Makraev! And he's turned it around inside 20 minutes. And Makraev makes it 2-0 on the night. It should have been Paris with a 2-goal lead. And instead, we now have a 2-goal lead on the night. Only one, of course, overall. But Makraev, what a header from tight angle. And, well, we'll praise them again now. And we've got a corner. Makraev to take. Can he find... Where's Divev? He's a goal-scoring machine. Oh, and it was a free header from Mihai, and he's put it over. Mihai's got a booking, is he? So Mihai is going to be suspended for the next game if there is one. It's not the end of the world. Almarez can go in and play there, but as I say, I just want to get to a point where it matters. Ep10's going to be missing as well. It looks like... Oh... Let's go off of attacking, maybe. We'll go back to positive. All right, come on. Let's praise. They're delighted. Oh, the nerves, the nerves, the nerves. They haven't created much, but it says, 3 shots, none on target. Well, we know Hakimi missed an open goal, and we just saw a header there that was very, very scoreable, shall we say. So it is 2-0 at half-time. I think now we've got to say you can't get complacent here, guys. you can't get complacent. You've got to just bit of game management and see this thing through. Nobody's playing particularly badly, so that's a positive. You will notice that Dogan, of course, is not playing. He wasn't fit for this one. And early in the second half, we have a highlight for PSG. There's a lot of bookings in our team right now, isn't there? There's a ball forward. Hakimi. Oh, he's offside, isn't he? I think he's offside. Yeah, linesman's got his flag up. But good defensive work there anyway to block the shot. Can we give ourselves a little bit of breathing room now? Torres to Makraev. Ali Spence had a little bit of space in front of him there, but we couldn't find him. Rushfeld again to Makraev. To Torres. Torres has a go, and Donnarumma makes a save. You wonder if Torres could have just slipped in Ali Spence there, but he had a go himself, which is fine. Makraev now. Ball in. Dibev. Oh, and it's straight to Donnarumma's hands. And still we go on. Still they haven't had a shot on target. You imagine at some point that's going to change though. Rojas and Torres exchanging passes. Mihai to Rushfeld. Rushfeld for Rojas. Rojas for Ali Spence. It's there. Is he onside? Makraev may have got a second. As VAR checking, and I don't think he is. Makraev's doing a lap of the field. And we are 3-0 up on the night. 4-2 on aggregate. We do have a little bit of breathing room. But there is still over half an hour to play. Wonderful ball and run to find Rojas, and Makraev, I don't know how much he knew about it. He pretty much blocked Ali Spence's shot and then just happened to have it fall at his feet for him. So, 3-0 on the night. 4-2 on aggregate. Are these suspensions going to mean something? And like I say, if they do, then that's a wonderful thing, because that means we've gotten through. And we'll worry about that if and when we need to. What we don't need, I suppose, is a second yellow for somebody. Bucchiano, look at that. Wonderful defensive work. And he's starting to look like that defender that we thought we were signing when we spent 40-odd million on a defender. Mihai gets back. Oh, this is good. Can we get another goal? That would surely seal it. There's Rojas again getting forward. Can he whip across in? It's there. It's not really towards anybody. But we get the chance to build and go again. 20 minutes plus stoppages to play. Rushfeld forward. Makraev down to Spence. Spence to Ayrton. Ayrton to Spence. Ali Spence has scored! Is he onside? I think he is. No, we don't know yet. The VAR's going to check it. He was definitely in behind the defence. It's just a matter if he timed his run. It's just a matter if he timed his run. He has timed his run. And surely now that is it. 4-0. We have destroyed Paris Saint-Germain at Palmerston Park. And, well, that is a thing of beauty. Now, what I should do is check if anybody is still a booking. And how close was this? If anybody is a booking away from a suspension that's not yet booked, we should take them off, shouldn't we? Now, I think Rushfeld was one of those, wasn't he? Now, it's going to be a pain in the ass to check this now, isn't it? Okay, yeah, so Rushfeld is a booking away. So what we could do is, now as Alvarez, what I don't want to do is bring somebody on who we need for the next leg and then find ourselves a player down. Maybe I'll leave that because we could, Mashagi could play in there. Yeah, maybe I will just leave that. Okay, so we'll just cancel that. I mean, to be honest, Mashagi and Alvarez have a bit of the link up that Rushfeld and Alvarez aren't going to have. So it may be something that's a duo that's worth playing in there anyway. All right, here we go with Walker. Oh, couldn't quite thread it through for Spence. If they get one now, do we start and get nervous? I mean, we probably do, but just because of how much is riding on this. But this has been very, very impressive from us indeed. And, I mean, Ayrton's going to be a big loss in the next one. And Marusso can come in and play. I mean, a lot of it's going to depend who we're playing as well, isn't it? If we have to go up against someone like Chelsea or Liverpool, particularly if we're away from home in that first leg, I think we will miss Mihai and Ayrton. Otherwise, yeah, it might be something we can work with. Oh, Ali Spence has hit the crossbar. All right, well, this has been wonderful. What we might do is look to protect Ali Spence here. We'll bring Stenkic on to play up top. And Makreyev, we might rest him here, and we can bring Thomas Bowl on to play out there. And if you had told me before this game started that we'd be in a position to rest players ahead of the end of this one, then I would have laughed at you, to be honest. I did not see this sort of performance coming. But it is absolutely brilliant. Is this the best we've ever played? It's got to be up there, doesn't it? 4-0 at home against Paris Saint-Germain. We have absolutely destroyed the French Giants. It's just... oh, it's everything we could have dreamed. So RB Leipzig have seen off AC Milan as well. Rushfeldt should be dropped by Denmark. Well, you're joking if you're dropping him from Denmark. We've won that. Simone to back officials. I don't know why you wouldn't, because there was nothing wrong with anything they did there. Makreyev, 2 goals, 7 key passes. What a signing he has been. Mihai watched by Man United. Not a chance. Troy Deeney loves us. He's our biggest fan, I think. So he's having a look at quite a few of our players who are not going to be going to West Ham. And the players suspended are Mihai and Ep10. So we will be missing them for the next round, which there's a draw coming up. So let's go see who it is we've got in the quarterfinals. All right, so here we go. The draw. We will know our path to the final momentarily. Let's have a look at the teams that are still here. So it's Barcelona, Chelsea, defending champions Juventus, ourselves, Bayern Munich, Inter, Liverpool, and RB Leipzig. There is no easy team there, is there? I mean, maybe Inter would be the one we prefer. Yeah, maybe. I mean, RB Leipzig and a reunion with Conan Ong could be something. Bayern Munich, first team out. They get Juventus. Liverpool get Inter, so we're going to have a tough one. Here we are, first team out. Chelsea. So the team that knocked us out in the semi-finals last year is the team that we will play. We've got everybody around earlier because we had Paris in the quarterfinals last year and first round this year. So we've got Chelsea in the quarterfinals. Have they had them in the semi-final last year? So let's now go and see who we would have in a potential semi-final. And I've hit the wrong button there. So it would be Liverpool or Inter. So if we are going to win the Champions League or make the final of the Champions League this season, sorry about clicking the wrong button there, we are going to have to beat the 2 English giants. If we go and have a look at past winners, they have dominated for the past, 7 or 8 years. The only time they haven't won it was last year when Juventus won it, and that was Chelsea in they beat in the final. So, I mean, you can even go back another year where you had Chelsea in the final as well. Liverpool have won it a couple of other years, 3 finals in a row there as well. So, Liverpool have Mbappe and Haaland up top. That's going to be a very, very tough game. But first up, it is Chelsea in the quarterfinal. We've got to get past them first and get a little bit of revenge for them knocking us out last season. So that's what we'll come back for. It will be the Chelsea doubleheader. Home at first, then away. Of course, we're missing a couple of players, aren't we? Mihai and Ep10. Let me know in the comments how you think we're going to get on. And I will see you next time to see if we can get to the last 4 of the Champions League. Take care.